Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to one of our newest subscribers to our YouTube channel, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network YouTube channel, Hivation OTS. Thank you very much for subscribing to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network YouTube channel, Hivation OTS. Thank you very, very much for hitting that subscribe button. And if you're watching right now and you don't subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you like what you see, go ahead, check out. We just did I just did a great review for the Global Syndicate Wrestling Global Festival Night 1. It was a great show. I did that with a buddy of mine from Straight Talk Wrestling, George Mackay. Check it out. It's great review that we did on the show, and lots of other content on the channel. So if you like what you're watching, if you like what you see, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We're like eight away from 500. That's the goal. I like to hit 500 by the end of this week, and I got my fingers crossed on that. So we need 8 more for 500. So if you feel like hitting that subscribe button, hey, hit that subscribe button. All right. So Adam Cole, WWE is not making plans for Adam Cole. Reading this off of Ringside News, and they're getting this news from Fightful Select. It says, according to a report from Fightful Select, Cole is not planned to be part of WWE's main roster at this point. They asked around about it, and despite his meeting with Vince McMahon, that isn't happening. He had not signed a new contract as of this past weekend. We spoke with sources backstage at WWE Raw tonight, and they confirmed that he is not planned for tonight's show in any capacity either. Vince McMahon told main roster writers to get ideas ready for Adam Cole, but those plans obviously aren't being used right now. We'll have to see what's next for Cole, but he's not planned to be on Raw tonight. And he was just lost a 2 out of 3 fall match of Kyle O'Reilly at NXT TakeOver 36. And after that match, I was reading that after that match was over, that Adam Cole merchandise on WWE.com is all 40% off. I don't know if that's true. I didn't check it, but I read in 2 different places that his merchandise is now 40% off. And the Young Bucks on Being the Elite, they're Being the Elite show, they kind of teased that Adam Cole is coming to AEW. There's a little tease there. So is he coming to AEW? I mean, he could be leaning towards AEW. I think if he was going to stay with WWE, he might have signed that contract already. Maybe he's just afraid if he goes up to the WWE main roster, they're going to give him some goofy character to play, and he's just going to get lost in the shuffle, and he doesn't want to do that. Personally, I think he's going to end up in AEW. That's my gut feeling. I could be wrong. Only Adam Cole knows what Adam Cole is going to be doing. But I would think that after that meeting with Vince McMahon, that he would have signed a contract. Something would have been mapped out between them. Something would have been agreed upon, and he would have signed the contract to stay. But I know his contract had expired, but he signed like a 1-month extension on it, which ended after Takeover 36. His loss to Kyle O'Reilly, and he's a free agent. He's a free agent right now, and I think he's going to AEW. I know Britt Baker's there. I don't know if Britt Baker's his girlfriend or his wife. I can't, I'm not sure offhand, but it's either or. And I know Britt Baker wants Adam Cole there, and I know a lot of people want in AEW want Adam Cole. I think he would be a big star. They got AEW Rampage, which is 1 hour now, and if they keep bringing in these top stars, I'm pretty sure AEW Rampage will expand to 2 hours, 2 hour show. You know, more content for these for the new talent that's coming in. I think it's going to AEW. That's what I think. I think AEW is the hot promotion right now. As we know, CM Punk is there now, and Daniel Bryan is expected to make his debut. I was reading he's going to debut in New York when Dynamite's at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Bray Wyatt, according to Dave Meltzer, is as good as AEW bound, as good as signed by AEW. I know Adam Cole. Adam Cole looks like he's I don't want to say looks like he is, but I have a feeling he's going to head on over to AEW. That's the hot promotion right now. The hot promotion right now, AEW. That's CM Punk. I watched that video on YouTube so many times of CM Punk making his entrance, the CM Punk chants. It's been viewed almost 5 million times already on YouTube. That 4-minute video of CM Punk making his debut in AEW. 4 million times. I'm sorry, almost 5 million times already on YouTube. It's just a great, great, great video. I just watch it over and over again. I just love the pop. And that's the place to be right now. AEW is a place to be. And I think Adam Cole knows that, and I think Adam Cole is eventually gonna. And he could show up. He could show up on Dynamite. He could show up on. He's a free agent. There's no 90-day non-competes. He's a free agent. He could show up. He could show up. He could sign a contract. Show up on Wednesday on Dynamite. So maybe he'll confront CM Punk. Who knows? Speaking of CM Punk, the ratings, the viewership of CM Punk's of AEW Rampage, CM Punk's debut, the viewership numbers came out. You're not gonna believe 15 trillion people. 15 trillion people watch. I'm just kidding. Not 50. I think it was 1.2. I think the ratings were 1.1 million, but for the CM Punk segment, it was like 1.3 or 1.4 million watched that segment. 15 trillion people. No, that'd be that'd be something though. If like 15 Roman Reigns says CM Punk, he can't move the needle. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just I wonder if Roman Reigns was watching when CM Punk made his AEW debut. I think he moved the needle a little bit. I think the needle was moving. Well, not a little bit. I think the needle was really moving. I mean, you had Becky Lynch and Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam. They made their returns, and I was reading. I didn't watch it, but I was reading that Becky Lynch came in and squashed the champion, Bianca Belair, I think her name was, and it was supposed to be her against Sasha Banks, but Sasha Banks wasn't able to perform. I don't know the story behind that, but so Becky Lynch returned, and instead of having a good match against the WWE Women's Champion, it was like a squash match. I think it was like a 4 or 5 second match, apparently one move match, and she won the title. It's just a complete travesty. Complete travesty. She returned and Brock Lesnar returned, but who cares? Did anybody care? Did anybody care? No, I don't think anybody cared. Well, I shouldn't say that. WWE fans cared, but it didn't get the traction that CM Punk got. Okay, Roman Reigns didn't get the traction that CM Punk got. CM Punk returning to wrestling and debuting on AEW is much bigger than Brock Lesnar. I guess McMahon. I guess Vince McMahon had to pull out the big guns. Let's call Brock and tell him he's got to make his return on SummerSlam. We got to offset CM Punk. Didn't happen. Sorry. The CM Punk debut for AEW was much, much bigger, in my opinion, than Brock Lesnar returning. And Becky Lynch, again, if you're a WWE fan, Becky Lynch returns, you're happy, okay. But don't put her in a squash match. I mean, what does that say about what's Bianca Belair going to do now? She was just squashed in like a few seconds. I don't want to go into WWE. So I don't want to talk WWE. Okay, let's switch the topic. We're talking about Adam Cole. So bottom line, I think Adam Cole is will be signing with AEW. That's my gut feeling on that. All right, so let's move on to something else here. Hiroshi Tanahashi. I got some news on Hiroshi Tanahashi, IWGP US champion, New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm going to call him a legend because he's a legend. New Japan Pro Wrestling legend, Hiroshi Tanahashi. He wants to compete in the U.S. at least once a month. It's SC Scoops reporting. It says IWGP United States champion Hiroshi Tanahashi is already eyeing a return to the U.S. Tanahashi competed in the main event of New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Resurgence. He defeated Lance Archer for the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship. It says Sports Illustrated caught up with Tanahashi, who said he's looking to compete in the U.S. at least once a month. So here's what I got to say about that. Impact Wrestling, Scott D'Amore. Don't let him go to AEW. I know he's Moxley or Tanahashi is a big match, but this is where Scott D'Amore has to jump in here. I mean, you're not going to compete with AEW. Impact's not going to compete with AEW, but they could make a little bit of a splash here. Scott D'Amore, get on the phone with New Japan Pro Wrestling's president, whose name escapes me right now, and say, look, Hiroshi Tanahashi wants to wrestle at least once a month in the U.S. Can we get him for a set of tapings? Could we get him for a set of tapings and let him defend the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship on Impact Wrestling? Let him go one-on-one with Josh Alexander. I know everyone's talking about Tanahashi against Moxley. I want to see Tanahashi against Josh Alexander. I think that would be a terrific match. So Scott D'Amore, get on the phone, call New Japan Pro Wrestling, and say, look, we want Hiroshi Tanahashi in Impact Wrestling for a set of tapings. We want to set something up with him and our X Division champion. Do title for title. Do a title for title. Maybe not. I don't. I couldn't see. Well, why not? Why not? Maybe have Josh Alexander win the belts. At let them have a 2 out of 3 series of matches. Josh Alexander wins the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship, and then before Tanahashi leaves, he regains the belts. Something like that. I think that would be cool. I would love to see Tanahashi against Josh Alexander. Speaking of Josh Alexander, Minoru Suzuki is also headed to the States, and he's got a match coming up that I'm very, very interested in, and he's going to be part of the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong tapings, but he's also going to be on various indie shows. And he's going one-on-one with Daniel Garcia, which is going to be a terrific match. AEW's Daniel Garcia. It's not for AEW, it's for an indie show. I can't, it's on the West Coast. I can't remember the promotion, but that's going to be a great match. But again, Scott D'Amore, Minoru Suzuki is going to be in the States, and he's wrestling on indie shows. What's keeping you from talking to New Japan Pro Wrestling and getting him to Impact Wrestling for a set of tapings? Maybe you've already spoke to New Japan Pro Wrestling about Minoru Suzuki, but my goodness, Minoru Suzuki against Josh Alexander? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Minoru Suzuki against Moose will be Minoru Suzuki against Eddie Edwards, Minoru Suzuki against Sami Callihan. My goodness, how awesome would that match be? So if he's going to be jumping around to indie promotions, Scott D'Amore, maybe he's, like I said, maybe he's already contacted and seeing if he can get Minoru Suzuki. But if he's jumping around to, I think it's Game Changer Wrestling, he's going to be wrestling for, and other promotions as well. But if you're going to get him, if he's going to be jumping around from indie promotion to indie promotion while he's in the States, Scott D'Amore, you got to get him. You got to get Minoru Suzuki. There's a lot of great matches. Suzuki, like I said, Suzuki against Callihan, even for a set of tapings. A feud, Suzuki-Callihan feud would be amazing. If he just wants to do one match, Suzuki against Josh Alexander would be just tremendous as well. And like I said, even Moose, Eddie Edwards, just do what you can to bring him in. I got this box up here. I want to get rid of it. There we go. Do what you can to get him in, man. So Hiroshi Tanahashi wants to compete in the U.S. Fine, let him come in for a set of tapings. Minoru Suzuki jumping around from indie promotions, bring him in for a set of tapings. Make a little bit of a splash. These are top New Japan Pro Wrestling stars. We all know that. Impact Wrestling, they need to make a little bit of a splash. They've been bringing in New Japan Pro Wrestling stars. We've seen Finn Juice. We've seen Jay White, which was great. I don't think we're going to see Jay White back at Impact Wrestling. But you get Tanahashi and Minoru Suzuki. Suzuki against Garcia. The promotion escapes me, and I apologize. Do I have it up here? If I oh wait, here it is. I just want to plug the West Coast Pro Wrestling has announced that Minoru Suzuki will be taking on Daniel Garcia. So West Coast Pro Wrestling, they booked that tremendous match. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Again, we'd love to see Suzuki and Tanahashi both in Impact Wrestling. And I think anything else here? I think that's it. All right, just wanted to touch base on that again one more time. I think Adam Cole, gut feeling, gonna sign with AEW. Because again, if I felt if he was gonna sign with WWE, it would have been done already. Just a feeling I have, and we're gonna leave it at that. All right. On that note, I'm gonna say thank you very much for listening to me today. I'm Lewis Carlin, were heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. And if you don't subscribe, please hit that subscribe button. Eight more subscribers to 500. Got my fingers crossed. I'm going to hit that this week. So please, if you don't subscribe and you like what you see, please consider hitting that subscribe button. All right. And on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much for listening. Again, I'm Lewis Carlin. Take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye-bye.